Yeah, sure.
Ready. Go.
Noise.
Okay, you have the timer there,
I
so
have the timer.
just make sure all the settings are good here.
Wait.
Yeah, it's a good idea to not have have the mouse cables
Yeah.
right underneath me. Yeah, everything seems to be good to go here. All right, so timer begins when I just hit the spacebar here. Okay.
Okay. Count on like 3 or something.
Yeah,
okay.
sure. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi.
So hey there, guys. My name is tdawg, and of course I am running Silent Hill 3 today. I'm joined here with Karsika,
Hello, everyone.
who isn't actually a Silent Hill runner. He
I was supposed to be Silent Hill runner, but
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't want to speedrun this. I just
It's a
enjoy
good idea
playing them.
not to, yeah.
Yeah. I just enjoy playing them casually.
But anyways, yeah, you run Resident Evil 2, and like you're probably the most qualified person to commentate on my run, since like virtually nobody runs horror games. Resident Evil and Silent Hill, they're kind of the same type of game, so yeah.
Well, yeah, they used to be.
Used to be at
Yeah.
least, yeah.
Like,
And yeah, so I'm running currently on the PC version. Unlike Silent Hill 2, there actually isn't too much of a difference in the speedrun, at least between the PS2 and PC versions. Konami actually handled the port in-house, unlike Silent Hill 2, where they handed it off to like some bad developer who made like just one game before they handled Silent Hill 2. So yeah, I mean, it's always nice to have a PC port developed in-house at least. And I'm running New Game Plus as well, and New Game Plus is the only sort of category in this game which really has any sort of impressive glitch, at least to people who aren't really that familiar with the game. The skip, the one and only skip, actually just takes place in the mall here, just in about maybe 2 minutes or so, and we basically just are able to skip a whole lot of the other old mall. And we have a pretty good costume as well that we use. So what am I doing here?
Sailor Moon costume.
Yeah, the Sailor Moon costume, yeah. It effectively is it, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, like some of the new game items, they just completely take the piss off of certain other franchises. Like there's a lightsaber in this as well, or beam saber, I think it's called officially.
Yeah, and I don't remember in which Silent Hill game it had like the Sam Fishers.
The Sam Fisher.
Yeah, you know, the night vision goggles with the 3 dots.
Oh wow, I'm not too familiar with that. Yeah, I actually only played. I've actually only played Silent Hill 2 and 3. I've never bothered with the first one because it was a bit before my time.
Yeah.
And it was on PS1 as well. It's kind of hard to get running on PC. And yeah, okay, so just concentrate on this now.
I think it was Origins.
4-1. Okay, 7-2-4-1. So that right there actually is a bit of a skip. Usually you have to insert. Okay, so 7-2-4-1. Okay, good. Yeah, that actually is a bit of a skip there, as I was saying. Usually you have to put every single book in the bookcase there, but you can basically kind of just decipher between the lines or between the gaps and kind of just guess what the code is. Most of the time it actually works out pretty okay. It saves like a couple of frames and so on. For those of you wondering, we actually use the in-game timer for Silent Hill 3. Which is really good, by the way, because this game actually has very inconsistent loading times between systems. And hell, even on the same system, you can sometimes have it where, you'll suddenly get like a really long loading screen for no apparent reason. And yeah, of course, the in-game timer pauses for, and takes into account loading screens and such. So it's a really good solution. So right now I'm just grabbing a few more items. That kind of is like a recurrent theme in like survival horror games, where you just grab items that kind of act as keys. Like it's the same with Resident Evil, I take it as well.
Guys, if you have any questions on the chat,
yeah,
let me know. I'll ask them for you.
More than happy to answer chat questions as well, of course. Okay, so I just grabbed the coat hanger here. Again, this game has a theme, or kind of has a thing where you have to grab seemingly unrelated items to solve puzzles. Like that coat hanger there is needed to pull down a ladder. I mean, it doesn't make much sense. Silent Hill 2 actually was worse in that regard because, there's this puzzle where you have to pull something out of like a hole, and you need like a piece of hair or something, and James could have just used anything like a shoelace or something, but no, it has to be that specific item.
That is kind of too obvious to use for that. But yeah, they asked what is the world record for this game.
World record? It's like well, it really depends which category you're talking about, because the current category I'm using or I'm playing right here, it's significantly shorter than the normal any percent reach.
Go check out the speedrun.com.
Yeah,
I
check
think
out
the
speedrun.com
leaderboards are
for
there.
all the leaderboards and such. Someone bound to link it in chat. Okay, so yeah, this is, by the way, the item that I'm going to use to perform the glitch here. I'll explain everything after I kind of get it, because it's kind of tricky to do, but I'll play this cutscene here just for you guys in chat. And yeah, it's like a parody of like Sailor Moon or some shit. I'm not too sure what anime. I don't watch it myself.
So much for Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure it's Sailor Moon.
Okay, there we go. I'll be amazed if I got this first time, and I didn't. This particular glitch here actually is pretty specific to get. You have to be standing in a very specific location to get it. I've gotten way better at it, but I mean, sometimes... Okay, we got it there. Nice.
Nice.
That was actually the third time there as well, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. But anyways, yeah, I'll just explain that more. So basically what you have to do there is you have to kind of start, or, you know, equip that item right on the frame that you kind of progress up that escalator. And what that does is it kind of just brings it out of bounds for some reason. I'm not too sure, honestly, why it works. I don't think anybody does, but it just does. And if I got this correct here, I'm actually going to... I'm going to go straight ahead here, and we're going to see some scenery, hopefully. Bit of a problem if we don't, but... Oh, okay, there we go. Nice. So actually, it was a bit out of range there. Usually I kind of walk all the way up here, but it's completely fine. Once I can see this, I'm in the clear here. So yeah, we're out of bounds here, just kind of exploring where they affect.
Can you soft lock the game here?
Oh yeah, you can soft lock the game really easily. I mean, if I actually quick turned by pressing the A and D buttons, the game would just crash.
Nice.
And it does that nowhere else. It's like really weird why it crashes. Again, so yeah, that area I saw there is kind of used as a reference point, and you just walk straight ahead here, and we're kind of in the atrium of the mall. This is where you kind of wake up after a split worm. And yeah, even though we're out of bounds, we can still interact with certain objects as well, luckily. And when I do this, we're back in bounds, and we've essentially just skipped all of the mall, or all the other old mall, including the split worm boss fight. Okay, and now we're in the subway.
When you play it casual, it's a really easy boss, in my opinion. Like one of the easiest.
Yeah, it is pretty easy, yeah. This game actually does have some pretty hard bosses, although I think they're not really that hard in comparison to Silent Hill 2, at least. Like there's some bosses in Silent Hill 2 which are actually pretty hard, both casually and in a speedrun as well, I'd say.
They're asking why to speedrun Silent Hills.
Well, it's a game actually. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny the way I picked it up, because one of my friends bought over the game for my birthday. And it's like the weirdest game to play at a birthday. It was like Silent Hill 2 on the HD collection, would you believe? And like I was really captivated by the story in Silent Hill 2. Like it probably has one of the best game stories ever, in my opinion. I was really captivated by the story, and I was like, I needed a game last year to run for ESA. Oh yeah, and this is one of my complaints about this game as well, the pixel perfect pickups. But anyways, yeah, I needed a game to pick up for last year's ESA, and I played Silent Hill 2 before. I was captivated by the story. I really liked the game, so yeah, like that's effectively why I picked up the game.
Yeah,
because a friend bought over for my birthday.
Like we talked earlier, it same goes with Resident Evil games. In my opinion, you really have to like the series in general in order to speedrun them.
Exactly, yeah, I fully agree what you have to say.
Like in my opinion, the Resident Evil games are so boring to speedrun unless you really like the games.
Yeah, you kind of have to have a passion for them, alright, yeah.
Yeah. They are not like too much skill related.
Yeah, although, I mean, if you want to get world record in this game, you have to be, like, your movement has to be really well.
Well, yeah, that means...
Like, Shump Hook, who currently holds the world record now, the movement technique and such in the world record run is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, I'm not even able to match it myself.
But what I mean by skill, like...
oh yeah, like when you compare it to like some NES platforms, for example, I mean, yeah, the skill
which needs more like precise controller action and such.
Yeah.
I don't say that these don't require skill. Don't die there.
Okay, and right there I actually got good dog luck. This game, it has an awful problem, especially on easy difficulty, which currently is what easy, what any percent speedruns are going to play it on. Basically, where the action key and attack key are actually bound to the same exact key. So if an enemy is nearby, where an object you want to interact with also is, Heather quite often will actually just attack the enemy instead of actually interacting with the object. So right there, where I had to jump on the platform and, get up on the platform there, two dogs spawn in, and sometimes it can just be notoriously bad for getting up, yeah. Oh yeah, the American hat, yeah. It's 4th of July, I guess. This is not even on my head properly, but whatever. So yeah, happy 4th of July to all my American viewers. Anyway, so yeah, right up next after this train, we're going to enter the sewer area. And it looks a bit different now when we're running it on New Game Plus. I'm not too sure why that actually is. It has like some weird blood effect, and what that does is it actually damages you. Like if I had the health meter turned up, but it actually damages you ever so slightly. Although like it's pretty much impossible to die from, I guess, especially on this difficulty. Like it effectively is irrelevant. Or like it doesn't really affect anything, I guess. Yeah, okay, this is what I'm talking about here, like the wall kind of turns into this bloody thing. I'm not too sure what it's meant to be, or why it actually applies in New Game Plus.
The sewer area in PS3 HD version crashed for me 2 times, as I told you earlier.
Yeah.
It started with a weird audio glitch, and then I lost all the audio, and then the game crashed.
Yeah, the HD collection is something you kind of have to bring up anytime you speedrun Silent Hill games. I mean, like anytime I do streams, it's brought up practically. There goes my hat. It's okay though. But anyways, the Silent Hill 3 or Silent Hill HD collection is just basically a huge farce. It was handled by a company that made like Frogger HD. That was like literally the only game they did beforehand, and yeah, it's just a travesty. I mean. Silent Hill 2 seems to be like the better out of the 2 games that are on the HD collection. But I mean, just to give an example of how bad the development process was, they effectively had to use unfinished beta code for Silent Hill 2 because Konami actually lost the source code to the game. And yeah, don't ask me how that actually happens, but it's Konami. I think by now we shouldn't have any faith in them, especially after cancelling, Pete or Silent Hills and so on. Which is such a shame, by the way.
Can you explain the difficulty you use and the beginner option and New Game Plus?
Yeah, sure. So, for whatever reason, I'm not too sure why it is, but beginner mode is kind of the standard for New Game Plus. I'd actually be up for running this game just on easy, kind of as if it's gonna, or as is, it's gonna run on normal any percent runs. But I mean, since you pick up the micro SMG, the unlimited micro SMG, like even when you run this game on easy, it doesn't actually make too much of a difference because it's just so overpowered. Like maybe enemies or bosses, they just take like an additional 10 seconds to kill, and that isn't too much fun in my opinion, or it doesn't make too much of a difference. But yeah, like beginner mode is used as like the standard difficulty for New Game Plus, and easy is kind of the default for any percent runs. Silent Hill 2 is a bit different. It uses normal. Okay.
What are the random elements of this game? Like, is there any RNG?
There is a few random elements, I believe. Like the puzzles are always like. The book puzzle, like the code is always different there, and in the hospital there is like one random code as well. But in regards to randomness, it actually isn't too bad in this game. I mean, like there's no real, random elements that will kind of ruin your run as like in Silent Hill 2, if you're familiar with that. Silent Hill 2 is just really atrocious when it comes to its random puzzles. There's this like Hanging Men puzzle where there's like a 1 in 6 chance of you getting it correct. like for many people, if you don't get it correct the first time, it's just a complete reset. Stuff like that. But in this game, it's actually pretty nice. There's none of that stuff. So like it's a far nicer run in that way.
Look at the running animation when you go up and down. It's
yeah,
the best.
The running animation is just fantastic there. I honestly don't know why it's so bad either. Because like generally the animations in this game are pretty fantastic, you know, considering it's a game from 2002 or 2003. But it's, yeah, it appears like they just fucked up really badly with the running animation or walking animation there.
Isn't Leonard RNG though? It's been asked.
Leonard? I don't think he is. Like there are some other elements that do affect the run as well if you kind of have a very optimized time. Like I know, for example, that some bosses will have quick kills. Although I think I read a post now where, you know, if you just do it slightly a different way, it isn't random. I mean, things have still to be discovered in this game, but I mean, most stuff has. And yeah, that running animation again. Or walking up and down the stairs animation. Randomness affects any percent a lot more. Like boss randomness affects any percent a lot more than it does New Game Plus, because like the micro SMG you have just annihilates everything so fast that, you know, like you know, bosses, they just go down pretty much instantly. I know, for example, that Memory of Alessa, she is a massive pain on normal any percent, because she just like does whatever she seemingly wants to do. And yeah, on this you just shoot and she's gone practically, or at least get stunned. Okay, we're going up to the office block here. We just have more going upstairs. And yeah, you guys can have a look at that fantastic animation there.
Shenmue all over again.
Yeah.
If you guys watched last night, one of the best runs so far. Stair climbing simulator.
Got time for a couple of donations?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead with the donations.
We got a $5 donation by Phil Mushu, Hey Ho, Sunshine and Unicorns. Keep up the good work, and thank you all for making me smile like a happy mask salesman. And we got a $1 donation from Coca1, Karska Hype. Thanks for the donations, guys.
Okay, and fun fact about this office block here, it actually has a reference or kind of an Easter egg to Silent Hill 2. So you know, one of the prominent enemies in Silent Hill 2 is that kind of, what's it, kind of that, you know, the name just escapes me right now, but it's kind of like the enemy that has like two sets of legs, one at the bottom, one on top.
Oh yeah, I know
yeah,
the enemy,
that
but
enemy
don't
there.
remember the name.
Mannequins. That's it, mannequins, yeah. There's a room in this office block where it's just full of mannequins. And if you go far enough into it, you know, Silent Hill has to have jump scares. If you go far enough into it, yeah, you get a bit of a jump scare. This game actually has quite a few references to Silent Hill 2. Like, I know that if you have a Silent Hill 2 save, on the PS2 at least, I believe that there's like this toilet. You know, there's like this section in Silent Hill 2 where like James has to reach into a toilet and grab something. I think it's like a combination to a locker. Like Heather, there's also a toilet in here, and if it detects that there's a Silent Hill 2 save on your PlayStation 2, Heather will see a toilet and she'll just refuse to go into it, or grab whatever's in it because she says it's too disgusting, which is pretty funny.
I think Konami had also in Metal Gear, if you had some certain save files there.
Yeah, Metal Gear also had that as well. Yeah.
Was it Suikoden, the RPG made by Konami? I think.
I'm not too sure. I never honestly heard of the game before, so.
I think those games also had something to do with memory cards, some funny gimmicks.
Okay, and we just entered the other world's office block, which many runners kind of regard as like the worst section of the game, because there's like these enemies going around called slurpers. And what they'll do is they'll run around and they'll try and knock you down. And obviously if you want to get a good time, I'm not too sure on the specific time or how much time it wastes, but I'd say a good 4 seconds, 4 to 5 seconds if they manage to knock you down. And there's like a hallway full of them coming up in a bit.
What time is it? Is it like 2:30? I don't know.
It is 1:30, just about 1:30. This run is meant to be like way later, or yeah, way later in the night, but thankfully it's actually pretty early now. I think in the original schedule it was meant to be like 3:30 or something. But yeah, it's pretty nice now that it's at 1:30.
Do you use the in-game? So you use the in-game time in the records?
Yeah, we used in-game timer fully for all records.
Yeah. How much it differ from the actual time then in the end?
It really depends which system you're running on, to be honest with you. It's kind of the same with Silent Hill 2 as well, where like if you have a very specific graphics card, the loading times will be a bit longer, or not a very specific graphics card, but if you're like running on an NVIDIA system, the loading times will be slightly longer than with an AMD graphics card. And yeah, I mean, there is a pretty big disparity between the real-time and in-game timer. And yeah, like the important part about the in-game timer as well is that it's pretty reliable as well. Although, that having been said, one run, I just had it completely reset itself midway through the run. I've no idea how it happened. I'm like the only person that had it happen to as well. Oh, and there are the slurpers, by the way. That's not particularly good luck there. But yeah, like I had the timer just reset itself like midway through the run, and nobody has any idea why it happened. But it's like reliable enough, so that sort of stuff doesn't actually happen too much, thankfully.
By the way, the painting, you did not burn it down, but did you use some kind of chemical to it?
On the painting there, we used meat.
Yeah.
It's like pork, oxygen, or some chemical. I forget what it is, and we also used matches as well.
Yeah. Did the painting have the picture like of the god they are trying to?
I'm not too
awoken.
sure.
I don't remember the painting. I just.
Probably, yeah. I mean, Silent Hill is full of that sort of symbolism. Okay, so we're just done now with the other old office block. We have to unfortunately contend with more slurpers here. These are actually pretty bad as well. Although thankfully they're eating some stuff for.
Do we got time for donations?
Yeah, donations would be good.
Nice. We got a $1 donation from the Superior Continent. EU above an A, down with the hat. Well, don't do that. It looks good. No! Keep it up! Come on!
No, sorry, it's gone.
Wow. Then we got another donation from tdawg. It's $12.34 because Nami is cute. Okay, thank you. But it's not about me, you know that, right? It's about the streamers and the runners and the awesome games. Thanks for the donations, guys.
Okay, so we're just about done now with well, we are done with the office block. And now we actually progress onto the first office block, or first monster of the game. Usually the second one. But yeah, we skipped that one, so it's the first one now. And Leonard, the key to this boss, casually and in the speedrun as well, like when you're doing a normal any percent run, is to turn off your light. Because, yeah, I mean, it's just a massive pain if you don't turn off your light, let's just put it that way. Although, with this unlimited SMG, it just trivializes everything.
It's pew pew.
Yeah, pew pew. The best way to describe this. You have to give him a good kick for measure as well. And yeah, that's done. And that's how easy bosses are with that particular weapon.
Yeah, that's hard.
And as I mentioned, I mean, there actually isn't too much of a difference between beginner mode and easy. Like, that boss would maybe take about 10 seconds more, but there actually isn't any added difficulty to, you know, just playing on easy. Okay, and what I did, by the way, before I equipped that unlimited SMG is actually equipped some ampules as well. Silent Hill 3 on PC, I'm not too sure about it on PS2 or the other versions, but it has this nice thing where you can actually kind of have items equipped, and there's like a certain hotkey, I think it's, yeah, H or something, hopefully that worked, where basically what it does is that it stores the item and you can just use it whenever you want. And ampules, particularly in sections where you have to run for a long period of time, they're very important because basically Heather's stamina doesn't actually decrease when you have ampules equipped. And obviously, yeah, like in a long running section, it's very important to go for as fast as possible without slowing down and stuff. Right now we're actually in the old Silent Hill town. You can probably notice by the fog. This actually is the same exact area that James traversed in Silent Hill 2, and we're actually going to go into the same hospital as well. Like pretty much it's the exact same map. However, obviously you go into different rooms and solve different puzzles and such. Some people call it pretty cheap on Konami's part, but I kind of like the kind of throwback, I guess. These nurses here are really easy, even on a normal difficulty. In Silent Hill 2, if you watched my run last year, you probably heard me bitching about them. But yeah, in this game, like, they don't bother you whatsoever. In fact, I think I can actually count how many times I've been hit by nurses. I think it's like 3 times or something, where that would probably happen in a single run in Silent Hill 2. They're just like really, really tame in comparison.
Didn't this game have some awful controls when it comes to like mouse controls? Like
Yeah.
some these puzzles or something, they don't
Yeah.
actually use the mouse.
Yeah, you actually have to use the mouse to solve the puzzles here. Even though there's like keypad,
Oh, okay.
even there's like a keypad on my keyboard, I can't use it. Okay, so it's not 0931. But yeah, like any of those sort of puzzles, you have to key it in with the pad or with the mouse. That's pretty annoying. 3-1. Okay, I picked up a camera. That's good. And yeah, I can see that nurse there, like, she just does not give. She does not give, she's not paying attention to me whatsoever. Oops. Back to the first floor now. We actually have to pick up a key that's stuck to the wall. We got some nail polish remover. And when we get that key, we're actually able to go up and down the stairs. Those stairs are actually used in Silent Hill 2, so sometimes what can actually happen is that like you get the 2 games mixed up essentially. So you can think, I need to go there after this particular room, and you just realize, oh yeah, it's locked. What's with this? And then you like suddenly remember, oh yeah, I'm playing a completely different game here. Because like most of the time, at least for me, like you're kind of just on autopilot when you play this game.
We have time for donations?
Yeah, some donations would be good.
Hit it.
Okay, we got $17.76. Damn it, you guys! From Anonymous. Put the head back on. Wow, I'm retarded today. Then we got $25 from Noisy Boy, because Nami and the Runners. Thanks a lot. Then we got a donation from $50 from David from the best country. Put the head back on, tdawg.
Fine, I'll put it back on.
So Pack, give it to tdawg. And Pack, they want you to either be a president or a major. So.
Can the tech guy put a little more volume on the monitor? Tech guy doesn't love me. Well, never mind. Thank you, Pac-Man.
Okay, so essentially what we had to do there, like get all these keys and get all those codes and such, was effectively get to the phone there where we talked to Leonard. At this point, Heather kind of thinks that Leonard is kind of on Heather's side. But yeah, you'll see later on what Leonard actually is. And yeah, you have to get that phone call. Leonard tells you to go through this door. This is actually where the hospital gets a bit different from what it was in Silent Hill 2. And what's interesting as well is that if I picked up the map as well, like this particular area here is, it's just actually off the map completely, which is kind of cool. And this is like a boring walking part as well, so there's a lot of those in this game. It's meant to be some sort of puzzle. It's like you can kind of go the wrong way. However, there's like no negative consequences apart from just getting lost. I guess like you don't die. There's no like monsters or something. You just go into like a dead end, and I'm not too sure if it changes on harder difficulties or not. I've always played on just the standard for any percent and New Game Plus, but like it's effectively this. You just go to walls.
There was
Go
a
to that door,
question,
whatever.
how hard is it actually to figure out the puzzles alone in the game?
Alone?
Like, I think he means like...
On your first casual playthrough or
yeah.
something. It really depends. I mean, I'm not
Depends
too
also
sure.
from the... is it puzzle?
It depends from the puzzle difficulty as well,
puzzle
yeah,
difficulty,
for
yeah.
sure. Because if you guys are not aware, there actually is like I think there's
Three.
like 3 different
Yeah.
puzzle difficulties. The hard puzzle difficulty is actually quite interesting because I know the first puzzle, you have to pop the books in the bookshelf. Like, you actually have to have a pretty in-depth knowledge of Shakespeare to actually solve that as well. Like, it's not just, some easy questions from Shakespeare. Like, you'd actually have to have a pretty in-depth knowledge of, like, some Shakespeare plays to actually solve the puzzles. Okay, and right now, by the way, we're in the Otherworld Hospital here. It's kind of a major departure from Silent Hill 2. In fact, the whole game is, in terms of the type of horror that the game kind of has. Silent Hill 2 was kind of all about that psychological horror. There's like some creepy symbols, like some creepy symbols on the wall. Some creepy text, that sort of thing. It had a pretty like morbid story as well. Where this game, it kind of goes for more of a kind of gore-ish, like all-out gore style. And that kind of is reflected with the hospital here. Like, I'm not going to go into it because it wastes time, but there actually is that infamous mirroring, where if Heather looks at herself for too long in the mirror, she effectively just, her whole body is covered with blood and such. I think that's what many people can remember from this game, at least. Okay, going up here now. I'm actually so thankful, by the way, that they made the hospital so shorter. What am I doing here?
Too much walk was on the one of the comments. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's the Silent Hills.
That's a Silent Hill game for you. But yeah, I mean, in Silent Hill 2, the Otherworld Hospital, it was just really bad, because if you think this game is bad in terms of walking, you had to walk up and down so many stairs. Or in this game, at least, you have an elevator. You have to just do about 3 things. It's really short in comparison to the Otherworld Hospital in Silent Hill 2.
I have something to say to Pack from the chat. You're a saint and we worship you.
Okay, and by the way, yeah, this is Leonard coming up. Leonard is a pretty... Excuse me. Leonard is a pretty interesting boss because it's actually frame rate dependent. Sometimes it can get lag spikes, and if you get a lag spike at the incorrect time, basically what will happen is you won't be able to get the quick skip, or basically what I'm doing here, which is basically just stunning him. Thankfully I did get it though, which is pretty cool.
What is the worst scenario that can happen? The scenario. I don't know how to speak.
Well,
Anyway.
it's kind of more so that he just goes around in a circle. He just goes around in a circle and just wastes time. It's nothing like, you die or something. Oh. At least in the speedrun. Okay, and that's the Otherworld Hospital finished here. I'm going to use my ampule again. I actually picked up 2 ampules. One at the it was like one in the Otherworld office block and somewhere else as well. I kind of forget where I picked it up, but I did. As I said, you kind of run this game in autopilot. You don't really think about anything. You just kind of go back to when you're practicing and just do that, I guess. And yeah, as I mentioned, yeah, this game does go for like a complete different style of horror than Silent Hill 2. And, I didn't actually find this game that scary the first time I played it, or even the second time, or ever even. Silent Hill 2 really did scare the shit out of me. Like, it has some, pretty scary moments and such. This game, though, I mean, and it just has like it's just your monsters and stuff like that. That doesn't scare me in the slightest.
No more out of bounds. Yeah.
No more out of bounds.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do here, or what we're walking here for, essentially, is just we're going to the Lakeside Amusement Park. So I have to walk up this long road again. Again, Konami, they just have an obsession with having like long stretches of walking. My theory as to why they do it is to just artificially increase the length of the game or something, because like it's a pretty short game, and obviously when you throw bits like this in, it just makes the game seem a bit longer.
Do we get some? Do we get time for some donations?
Yeah, go on with some donations. It's a good time as
Alright.
ever.
We got a $5 donation from Grave
I
Commander.
don't know what's happening.
I have no idea what's happening here, by the way. Sorry.
Wow, all these bananas. Tompa, what you doing? Gonna make him embarrassed? You even have a sword? Wow.
Hail Finland!
But yeah, Pack, we got some love for you. We got $5 donation from Grave Commander. Background green guy, we love
Awkward.
you. And we got $1.69. Kappa 146. This donation is for the wonderful night I had with Pack last night under my bed sheets. Rock my world, green shirt guy. Pack is love, Pack is life.
This is European Speedster Assembly, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all are enjoying it.
But yeah, this happens every time on the stream, so.
Yeah.
Guess we got the king of bananas. And Captain America.
Ugh, okay. Yeah. No. Alright,
Banana?
thank you.
But yeah, with all this, we wanna add the spoopiness of this game. With bananas
Oh
and
yeah, I
stuff.
bet people are fucking hiding underneath their
Yeah,
bed sheets now.
there's still banana on my head. Only one.
Okay, I think I'm okay for talking, yeah?
Yeah.
So this is where the actual, like, if I'm doing a normal 90% run, you'll see that there's like this amusement park place. Basically, you have to go through it and get killed by any means. Usually on your first playthrough, it's getting run over by the roller coaster. And obviously we're in the amusement park again here. And yeah, like the only difference between like your nightmare and here essentially is just grabbing that key and turning the roller coaster off. And now is time for the real spooky part, guys.
Spoopy.
I hope I'm doing okay time-wise here. I presume I am. Oh, there goes my head again.
Now I'm the only king. Yup. Governor is back.
And yeah, I can actually skip this part, by the way, but I kind of figured, you know, because it's a marathon, I may as well go through this spooky bit. It's always pretty fun to just go through this.
How much time it will save?
A lot of time, actually. This is like the biggest time saver on New Game Plus.
Not the spoopy part. Yeah, we're gonna see the spoopy part. It would be awesome to hear the game audio right now.
Yeah.
The truth is, only one person died by suicide.
Very spooky.
Danny. Hey Danny. How are you doing? Danny.
Yeah, poor old daddy.
Now everyone on the chat, please hold your hands together so you're not scared alone.
But he came here after first losing his way. Oh, maybe you might. Where?
God. The chat.
Oh, wow, everybody's scared.
Yes. Much scariness. Yes, Danny is a special individual. Can somebody take the banana out of my head, please?
Can I have one? I'm hungry.
Okay, well, yeah, that was the spooky part, guys, so I hope you guys were scared. So yeah, on normal any percent runs, you can actually skip, or no, you actually have to listen to that dialogue every time you do a run. So yeah, as you can imagine, it's very, very annoying. But on New Game Plus, I guess Konami kind of figured that, you know, it's tedious to listen to the same dialogue over and over again. So yeah, thankfully you can just walk straight right through the doors. I know, we're out of that place now. So is there anything going on in chat?
It's about holding hands.
I'm not surprised by that, actually. Ever so slightly. Or not ever so slightly.
Hold your hands together. Do it.
It's kind of hard to, you know, to play the game. But anyways, now I guess is as good a time ever to kind of thank everybody in the Silent Hill community for their support, like for me learning this game, and just like, you know, general shoutouts to everybody. So we have Shumpuck, of course, who is the person who pretty much discovered like a lot of glitches and such in this game. Like, this game would not be as near optimized if it wasn't for Shumpuck. And Shumpuck, of course, is the world record holder again. Also have Zorky, probably is watching. Techie, who of course is a pretty prominent runner. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody. I probably am. I think it's 3 people. There's way more than that.
Don't you guys have like a IRC channel on?
Yeah, we have an
Speedrun?
IRC channel. It's hashtag Silent Hill. So if you guys ever need, or if you're interested in picking up a Silent Hill game, like we're more than happy to help you, and you know, anything you may need help with.
Yeah. Also, remember to check the speedrun.com.
Yeah, our leaderboards are hosted on speedrun.com. Yeah, I think Silent Hill 3 is speedrun.com/Silent Hill 3 or something.
Yeah. There is also forum for every individual game, and you can post guides and stuff there. So make sure to check it out if you are into or interested of
Oops.
speedrunning these games.
We got a $10 donation from Demon Slugger. Can green shirt guy take off his shirt?
Oh, not this again.
There we go again.
It has begun. Hot.
Anyways, so yeah, many people might remember this part of the game as well. This is where you have to kill all the horsies.
Yeah, they make an awful sound when you
They do.
shoot them, but we can't hear them.
Is my SMG equipped? Yeah, it is. Okay, for some reason it's not firing.
What?
Yeah, for some reason my gun is not firing here.
Change to the other weapon, something.
Yeah, okay, this is interesting.
That's weird.
It's a limited submachine gun. Let me just test if my unless my game controls suddenly changed or something, that can happen sometimes.
Really?
No. Well, this will be the first time if it did happen. Let me just quickly have a look here. But I mean, they were working all straight though, they're bosses, so this is awfully strange. Action, yeah.
Yeah, has that ever happened?
Yeah,
before?
it's never happened to me before, so you can put it on the board if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I actually do have some pistol bullets, so I guess I could reload my pistol here and see if that works. But I don't think it actually is an issue with the lack of ammo or something like that. I mean, it should work.
What happened?
Yeah, because spacebar, as I mentioned, guys, spacebar does fire weapon. Like, I don't have to aim. I guess this works as well, but I mean, I shouldn't have to do that. I guess maybe what happened is that the game difficulty perhaps changed by itself or something. That can and has happened before, so perhaps maybe it's something to do with that. I'm not too bothered about it though. I mean, once I have the weapon to kill these guys, it's all right. Yeah.
The Japanese version, isn't this just the NTSC version?
No, this is the PC version. I don't think it's region specific.
Can you change to like a Japanese?
Yeah, you can change to
text?
Japanese language and such. Like, you can even change to Korean. Like, it has actually a lot of language options for whatever reason.
Are any of them faster
No,
than each other?
none of
Okay.
them faster.
Weird.
But yeah, that's quite interesting why the fire button wasn't working. Because I was practicing this earlier on the same install practically, and it worked fine, so it's quite strange. Okay, so Alessa, by the way, is... I might have mentioned earlier on, she's like a really annoying boss normally, because she does whatever she wants. If she's cooperative, she'll just stay in place and you just fire your shotgun at her and she just goes down. But on this, with unlimited SMG, she just goes down. That's fine.
Can you manipulate the RNG or?
Yeah, like there's various movement techniques you do to kind of stop her moving around, I guess, but sometimes they don't really do anything. Like yeah, it's pretty weird. Okay, and she's dead. That sound indicates that she's dead.
Arigato, arigato. Thanks for dying. Thanks for dying.
Yeah. During normal runs, any percent runs, like, at least for me, if my run is to die, it'll actually die at that specific location because she just goes off and it takes too much, or, a lot longer to kill because she fucks off somewhere. Okay, and we're now approaching pretty much the end area of the game now, so this is, of course, the mission, or the chapel, or whatever. And throughout the chapel here, we have to collect a number of cards to kind of solve the puzzle at the end. And that includes backtracking, unfortunately, but it's not too bad.
I don't think if I asked you earlier, do you like Silent Hill movies? No,
Do I like Silent Hill movies?
Yeah.
I haven't watched any, and I don't want to because I've heard that they're really bad. I've had some people in chat say that they're quite good, but yeah, no, I don't think I'd ever watch them.
I enjoyed them myself, but
Yeah?
like the bar is set to Resident Evil movies, so I think.
Oh, are the Resident Evil movies good? I've not-
Are they good?
Yeah.
No, hell no.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I've heard some kind of dodgy things about them.
And there are like 3 more coming up.
Yeah.
The animations are good, but the live action ones never ever pay any money of them.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard, from people in chat, I've heard that the first one is meant to be good, which I think, maybe it's the second or first one, but I think that's meant to be like a reimagining of this. Like, it has Heather and such in the game.
Yeah.
And I've never watched it, so I'm not too sure which one it is.
It has it's like fan service movies. It has like
Yeah,
so
that's
many.
pretty much a fan service
Yeah.
movie, yeah.
If you don't take it like as it should be a remake of some from some game, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
And we have the best sound here. I know you can't hear it, but if you listen carefully, it sounds like a glass being slid across the table or something. It's meant to be a monster, like, making some noise, but Shumpuk said in chat that it sounds like a glass sliding across the table, and ever since then I can't get it out of my head. It's like one of those things, like Heather's walking animation upstairs. Like, once you notice it, you cannot kind of not notice it.
Do we have time for donations?
Yeah, donations would be good.
Okay, we got a $1 donation from Anonymous. You should give away Peg's sweater. He left it unattended. Kappa, thanks for the stream. Greetings from Germany. Then we got a $3 donation from Skid Ox. Roll call, please. With which game you all run? Also Nami hype, please. Thanks, guys.
Well, I'm tdawg, obviously.
Roll call, yeah. I'm Karska.
Unfortunately, we don't have a mic to pass around, so that's a bit of a problem.
These are people.
Yeah.
The people.
I'd like to look around, but yeah, I'm busy doing this, so. As you can do at the end of the gate, at the end of the run or something. Okay, so I picked up the key here. That's kind of required for a bit of backtracking that I need to do. So effectively what I need to do is go back to kind of where the starter area is. Oh, there's the sliding sound effect thing again. Yeah, I'm gonna go through here. There's some enemies, by the way. There's an enemy here called Insane Cancer. He's very specific with his spawning. Like, sometimes he can be there where he is. That sometimes can cause problems. Sometimes he can kind of be just standing at the other side of the hallway, which is perfect.
What was the name again?
Insane Cancer.
Okay.
And we cut through the classroom here to prevent enemies spawning in. There's one of those missionary guys. It's effectively the same enemy that we fought earlier on, just after the office block. However, it's kind of a bit of a less powerful version of him. And yeah, by going through the classroom here, we're effectively able to despawn or not let the enemies spawn in here, because like it has a trigger point through the hallway. Okay, on our way back now.
In my opinion, good thing about these Silent Hill games in means of a speedrun is even if you watch this, like it doesn't spoil you, like any of the story, and you will not remember the puzzle solutions.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the puzzle solutions are sometimes randomized as well, so.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, if you guys have never played a Silent Hill game, particularly Silent Hill 2, that just has, as I said, probably one of the best video game stories ever. I'd really recommend you guys to check it out because yeah, it's just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. In my opinion, the first three in general, they are great.
They're
games.
absolutely fantastic games, yeah.
Even
the first one. Even the first one. I mean, it's a PS1 game. PS1 games in general haven't aged well, but I mean, from what I've seen, the first Silent Hill doesn't look that bad. And it's time to enter these cards here. Hopefully I don't mess this up. Oh wow, I managed to get it first try.
Nice.
Yeah, that actually is an accomplishment for me, even though it isn't random. I've never actually bothered to like learn off where they're about to be, so it's pretty impressive. Okay, and we're actually just at the last area here. This is like the last cutscene before we fight the final boss. So if you guys really want to be creeped out here, since we're like way underestimated, like we're like 52 minutes in, I can show you guys something really freaky off, I guess. Now, as I mentioned, this game kind of goes for this horror aspect, like this all like gore, and this is a prime example of it.
Sadly, the costume ruins the...
Yeah, the costume ruins the immersion a bit here, but yeah.
Immersion.
So I probably should quickly summarize over the story. So Heather is like the kid, the baby at the end of Silent Hill 1. She was like implanted with a god or something, and basically the cult wants her to give birth to God through just making her angry. Hence why her dad is killed and such. The dad is actually Harry from the first Silent Hill. And yeah, the cult, like, she's eventually going under like a false name and such, just to kind of escape the cult. But that obviously doesn't work. And that's Claudia there. Yeah. So this is what I'm talking about here, by the game being very gory and such.
Nom nom.
Yeah.
Very nom nom.
And effectively, yeah, what Claudia wants to do is give birth to God or something, some shit like that. I never was too much of a fan of the story in this game. because it revolves around the cult shenanigans. Silent Hill 2 was far better in my opinion because it kind of went you know, through personal relationships and such. Like it was very more character focused. And yeah, this is pretty fucked up.
God is that.
Yeah.
Time for morning breakfast.
Lessa, you cannot kill God. I will burn God.
Sudden plague. Are you okay? You what?
Okay, that's enough of that. Just falls down the hall or something. That's all I need to know. I know it's final boss time.
Just let me know when I hit the big red button.
Yeah, sure. So time is coming up when she dies. Yeah. Or he dies. It's not really. Yeah, you can kind of see that the body is kind of a mix between two genders. Like the skeletal structure and such. So we have to hit her here. We have to hit her like right in the torso area, and she's down. And that's time. It's 55:35. So that actually isn't too bad of a time, I guess, considering it's marathon. I did watch all those cutscenes and such. So, yeah, it's not too bad of a time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the run, guys. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for the hat. Dark, I think, gave me the hat or something.
Sorry for hosting.
I did a good job. And
I'm
thanks,
sorry.
Pack, for the bananas as well on his head, I'm sure. Oh, Tom. Oh, okay.
Rip in peace, banana.
Well, anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, see you soon.
Bye bye. How do I take this thing off?
Hey guys, welcome back.